What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 112, and we start the episode off by seeing that random centre attacker mid has now gone to that Belgian side for about 250 grand, which is fine because we never really had a place for him, and we just didn't need him in the side. But to be honest, I did decide to sign a couple of free agent players, or try and sign a few free agent players anyway. I found these guys on the list, and I looked down the list, and I just thought, well, they're not really that bad, apparently, according to the scout we've got. They seem okay as sort of reserve players, really, and that's the difference between these players and the players that we inherited that were sort of like free agent standard, if you know what I mean. Like that player we just sold at the start of this episode, he was never going to get in the side. He's 62 overall, he's nowhere near good enough, whereas these players we're looking at, I'd imagine they are like mid to high 60s to low 70s, and that is a lot better as a reserve player, really. It's better overall. They've got squad roles which are clearly very low, future first team and sporadic first team, so they're never going to complain, and they're also going to be on lower wages. So that's, I'm sure there are some of you out there that probably think what I'm doing now is just swapping the old Napoli players that are on like 60s for overall for like new ones for no reason, really. It's a bit of a waste of time, but to be honest, the reason I'm doing it is just because the squad status changed, which is good because it means they'll never complain, and it also means that we'll be able to have a lower wage budget as well, whilst keeping some good reserve players. So that was the reasoning behind trying to sign those players. We also looked to sign Mateo Kovacic on a free agent, of course. I did say if we couldn't get the guy on a transfer, which we originally tried to do a few episodes ago, we would offer him a pre-contract, just like we did with Marquinhos. And Marquinhos accepted his pre-contract. Kovacic declined the first one we offered, but as you'll see, he actually decided to accept the second one. So Mateo Kovacic will come in, and we also got a hell of a load of free agent players as well. So Kovacic comes in next season, which is going to be 70 grand, which is great. Also, though, I found out that Jamali is apparently going the other way. If you look on the left of your screen there, it says that Andor plays Jamali, so I hope Jamali doesn't leave to Inter Milan, because that's not fair. Why would Jamali leave? That's not fair at all. But anyway, we do go ahead and sign all these free agent players as well. So we see that Kovacic is going to come in next season on a free agent, which is good. And we also find out that we signed all of these, 5 of these free agent players, so 6 free agents in total during this transfer window. And as I said, they're okay. They're actually mid to high 60s and 170, which is the centre-back Raimondi. So everyone else is mid to high 60s, which is better overall than the original reserve players we had. You see, like there's only one left now. There's only one free agent left that was in the Napoli side, or not one free agent in the Napoli side, the one sort of random low-rated player that we inherited at Napoli. That's the striker underneath this number 10, which is Livak, the Estonian, and he's 57 overall. So as you can see, I'm clearly doing the business to benefit the side long term, if you know what I mean, in terms of squad depth. For minimal cost. But anyway, we also saw that Kaka Nikolic of Fulham has his contract up at the end of the year. 26 years old, Swedish left midfielder. I've seen his Ultimate Team card, he looks quite good, so we offer him a contract there and wait and see what happens. He declines the first one though, so once again, he wasn't happy with the squad status, so we gave him squad rotation status and a 3-year deal, because I won't imagine it'd be that great, but as a sort of a backup to reserve winger for the future at Napoli, I'm sure it'd be okay. Fide left looks like he's on his way to Atletico Madrid, though. A big payment of £5.5 million for the 80 rated 28-year-old centre-half, and we've got way too many centre-halves at this club anyway. There's so many good ones, Bonner and Ranocchia are our first choice partnership, and we've got Gutierrez and Nastasic and Fernandez. Of course, we just signed Raimondi as well. We've got way too many centre-halves at this club, so he can go to Atletico Madrid. We also signed Kaka Nikolic on a free agent, so he's going to come in next year as well, and also Fide left has indeed left to Atletico Madrid for £5.5 million, which is good because it does mean that what we can do is adjust the budget once again and go in for another free agent. And Lucas Piazon has his contract up at the end of the year, so we decided to go ahead and offer him a contract, and hopefully we'll be able to pick him up, because that could be a very decent deal for us. And I've also had quite a few questions from some people asking me how I find all these players that have their contracts up at the end of the year, how I find the best ones. If you guys could comment and let me know if you'd like to see a little video of me doing that, then please do so, because I wouldn't mind making a video to show you guys how I find the sort of the better players, if you will. Because if anyone that plays career mode would know this, when you ask the scout to find you players with their contract expiring at the end of the year, they usually find you like really mediocre players. Yet, of course, as you've seen in this series, we've already signed Hazard and Lucas Moura. We're now going to get presumably Lucas Piazon, and of course Marquinhos is going to be coming in as well, Kovacic, so some decent players. Lucas Piazon does accept the pre-contract here, as does Diarra and Dong Won Ji, and we accept Piazon and also Diarra, so G won't be coming in, but we'll get 2 players here, one of those being Piazon, which would be very good for us. But yeah, if you guys could comment and tell me whether you'd like to see a video of me showing you how to do it, or the best method I use anyway, then let me know in the comments, and I wouldn't mind making a video for you, just showing you how to do it, just giving you like a basic sort of basic, not a tutorial, because I don't want to call it that, but a basic sort of example of how to find good players on pre-contracts. Let me know in the comments. I don't mind either way. I don't mind doing one or just forgetting about it overall. But how about this? We found that Eric Dier has now gone to City for £51 million. So, you know, we signed Eric Dier at Millwall for £4 million plus Fabio. He's now gone to City for £51 million. I know he's been bumped up to an 89 overall in this game, but even so, what a fantastic piece of business for Millwall there. Seriously. We left them with a gold mine in Dier, clearly. So Mill will get themselves £51 million for the sale of Eric Dier, which is incredible, really. And also we saw that Benteke went to Atletico Madrid for £14.5 million, and Ezekiel went to PSG for £14 million. Those were the big deals of the January transfer window, and that did indeed January transfer deadline day. So that was the end of it, and there was quite a few signings made in this window. Of course, most of them being on freeze and on pre-contracts. I think actually all of them were. Oh no, except for Baragi. But yeah, even so, quite a lot of players have come into this side, both for this season and for joining us next season on pre-contracts, and I'm very happy with the business we did as well. We didn't have too much money in January. We spent pretty much the entire budget in the summer, so we knew we wouldn't have much money to work with in January, yet what we've done I think has been very decent. We've sold a couple of players that had their contracts up at the end of the year, so we didn't lose anyone on freeze apart from Zapata, which I don't mind too much. We picked up a new backup player in Baragi to play left back, so when Juniga retires at the end of the year, Baragi will be there as a second choice left back, and we also signed a load of free agent players who actually look relatively okay for the salaries they're on, and also got rid of one of the random 62 rated CAM. So with that in mind, I think we've done some quite good business there. We didn't really have much choice other than to just sort of play the free agent game, play the sort of the money saving game, if you will, and that's exactly what we did. We also got those pre-contracts coming in next year, of course. Marquinhos, Kovacic being the 2 headliners, Kakaniklic as well, and of course Lucas Piazon, the big one. Also Diarra's coming in next year, so some good deals there, and I'm happy with that. So that ended January transfer deadline day. We also see the league table here. We're 11 points clear of Roma with 16 games to go. We're still unbeaten, and to be honest, you just can't see us slipping up. I did say if any team was going to catch us, it was going to be Roma, but they don't seem like they're going to catch us either. So at the moment with 16 games to go, I know I sound very cocky and that must be quite frustrating, but to be honest, I just can't see us losing it really. We then got an international management offer from Scotland, so we're getting closer to England, aren't we? But Scotland give us an international management offer. We stall it, and we're probably not going to accept that, and we will most likely stay with Chile, because I did say that we will be faithful to Chile unless England come in. But of course, anyone that's been on my channel long enough and has seen enough of my career mode series, you will know that England have never came in for me in career mode. Despite playing so many seasons of career mode, England have never offered us a job. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, we take on Fiorentina here for the first and only game of today's episode. Of course, there was quite a lot of transfers, so that's why there's only going to be one game. We take on Fiorentina here, and they're sitting in 6th place. They are 15 points behind us here with 16 games to go, so they've got a lot of catching up to do if they want to overtake us and win the league title. But we've only beaten Fiorentina once in this career mode with Napoli. We struggled against them quite a lot. They're a very hard side to beat, I found, and the first chance would indeed actually come to Fiorentina in the 3rd minute, but they gave the ball away. Eventually the ball came over the top towards Romelu Lukaku. Madrigali gave the ball away. Lukaku intercepted. Nice little ball roll to get around his man here, and a lovely finish with the outside of his left boot, and he dives over the goalkeeper for the celebration there. Really good goal by Lukaku, and I know there's probably a few of you that probably would have, if you were in my shoes, if you will, you probably would have cashed in on Lukaku in the January transfer window, taken that £26.5 million deal from Arsenal, and just taken the money and ran, really, because obviously Lukaku's a backup striker. We only play with one striker in Balotelli. He's never going to get overtaken, but to be honest, that's why I like keeping Lukaku, because he's just so goddamn good, and if Balotelli ever gets injured or needs a rest, we've got an absolute monster waiting to play. So Lukaku gets the goal here. Unfortunately though, in the 18th minute, Fiorentina did indeed equalise. It was Yakovenko, I think it was, who got the goal for them with a good finish after Bardi's save went straight to number 77's feet, and he booted the ball into the open net to make it Napoli 1, Fiorentina 1. So they were back on level terms, and in the 24th minute here with Joaquin Quadrado, but he managed to swing the ball in, and Giuseppe Rossi's header goes past Bardi, and Fiorentina complete the comeback to make it 2-1 here, 25 minutes played. So that was my fault for jockeying down the wings. I never like to lunge in really, because once you lose out to the AO and Legendary, they will blitz past you. So that's why I was jockeying, but clearly I made the wrong decision. I should have lunged in and been a bit more forceful, but unfortunately it was 2-1 Fiorentina in front here. In the 33rd minute though, a great turn by Florenzi, gets himself past Marcus Alonso. Brilliant dribbling by Florenzi, really. Keeps on going, swings in across, there's Lukaku, and it's a wonderful header by the big man in the centre to make it 2-2. So another goal for Romelu Lukaku, and we are on level terms here. And in the 41st minute here, we give the ball back to Bardi, our goalkeeper, and play out from the back. Hazard picks the ball up here and fake shots around his man, gets past Sandro and Rossi before finding Marek Hamšík. He plays the ball out wide to Fabio. Fabio gets past De Silvestri with a lovely fake shot, then plays the ball back to Hazard. He basically started to move off really, goes down the left hand side, ends up Ronaldo chopping past his man, gets onto his right foot and shoots, but it's just wide of the post. That would have been a lovely goal by Hazard, but unfortunately it was still 2-2, and we were still on level terms. Going into the end of the first half, you see Sandro pick the ball up here for Fiorentina, play a great ball over to, through the middle to Fred. Fred runs clear, we give the ball away. It's Fred who finds Yakovenko, who got the first goal for Fiorentina, but this time he is denied a second goal thanks to a good stop by Bardi, and the score is still 2-2 here. And we go on the break, but unfortunately it comes to nothing. In the 47th minute though, another great chance for Fiorentina. They were causing me all sorts of problems in this game. It's Fred who blitzes past his man, plays the ball out wide to Yakovenko, back inside to Fred, who plays it into Rossi. Those three are causing me so many problems, but thankfully Rossi's shot was well saved by Bardi, and the score was still 2-2. In the 74th minute though, another great chance for Fiorentina. De Silvestri gets on the ball down the right hand side, finds Quadrado, gets past Ranocchia, crosses the ball in, it's headed away, and unfortunately for us, Deschilio gets an injury, and sadly he will pick up a knock, which he was able to shake off, but he does get an injury and will be out for a couple of weeks, as you'll see at the end, no, in the next episode, the start of the next episode. But as always guys, the game did finish 2-2, but as always guys, big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. Don't forget, we could have another double upload day tomorrow, so make sure you watch the morning video and leave a like. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the double upload day today, and leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode tomorrow morning.